Hi, everybody. It's Wanda Baader here from Strategize Your Success, and I'm here with my co-host, Robin Taney. And Robin, tell them a little bit about your business and what you do.
Hi, everybody. I am the Get Real Girl from Studio 4PR, and I work exclusively with small businesses and entrepreneurs to help them develop PR strategies that are realistic, engaging, authentic, and designed for long-lasting results. In other words, they're real. And I'm happy to be here, finally.
Awesome. Well, I'm always happy when you're here. And it's like I had mentioned before, it's Wanda Baader from Strategize Your Success, and we're a full-service marketing agency, and we help people with everything that has to do with getting online, getting yourself out there with your brand, and building your business. And I will tell you, we are going to know Facebook Live and connectivity and hardware, software, and everything after this is all said and done, because this is our second episode, and we have had a challenge every single time. So today it was audio issues, and we finally had Robin just get on her telephone because we just she was hearing me, I wasn't hearing her. So we will tell you that experiment, because you know what, you can't just get too serious about this stuff. It's just all fun in the learning, isn't it?
Yeah, and there is a learning curve, but once you figure it out, it will make sense in the long run.
Yes, definitely.
I'd rather work out the kinks now and then be better prepared the next time. So we'll have to. We learned a lesson, and we'll move on.
We will move on from here. So the nature of our show, we call it Market Appeal, because we want you to feel that you're being appealing out into the marketplace with your brand. And there's always so much going on. Facebook Live is one of those things. And, most of us are on social media, and we're trying to get our brands noticed out there. And, Robin and I are just like you. We're small business owners, and we're trying to, get our slice of business out there in the world of the internet. So we figured that we would put a show together to help you to know what we're, learning about along the way, and do like a review every week on the information that we find out. So Robin's going to start us off today. Robin, what story do you have to talk about?
Well, mine has to do with Facebook, and it involves Android users who may have had an issue with their batteries draining due to Facebook Messenger. Mm-hmm. And apparently the vice president of messaging products, David Marcus, said that the bug has been fixed. I do not have an Android. I have an iPhone, so I wasn't experiencing this. Do you? Did you notice that your battery was draining?
No, it's like I didn't have an issue, but I guess apparently from what you're saying, there was an issue for some folks. If I had an issue, maybe I just didn't notice it, because I always notice when my phone gets to a certain point, and then I just recharge it, because I don't ever want to be without my phone.
That's right. There's nothing worse than not having your phone. But apparently, it was causing the Android application to drain devices' batteries. But according to the vice president of messaging products, the issue has been resolved. So if you have an Android device, and I would assume this applies to both Android phones and Android tablets. So any Android devices should be able to not have their batteries be draining, at least as a result of Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, and some people use Messenger for more than just doing the chat feature of it. Some people will use Messenger to actually do video. So I could imagine that if there was a problem in Messenger, it probably really impacted doing video. Yeah. Doing video to begin with on a phone can be, a energy suck.
Yeah. Oh, sure. And I know a lot of people that use Messenger instead of, they don't even have the other person's phone number. They just Facebook message to communicate. So if
Yeah.
you didn't have that and you didn't have their phone number, you'd be out of luck.
Yeah, it'd be taking away the capacity for you to connect after a certain amount of time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. So I'm just
Yeah. So what
curious
have you
if any
got?
of our viewers had an issue. I'd like to know, exactly what it did for your phone. Fortunately, or maybe it was just a particular population of Facebook people that were affected, or was it, across the board? They didn't really say, did they, Robin?
No,
Yeah.
there was not a whole lot of information, but I think that, and it didn't say whether or not you had to re-download the app, because sometimes if they fix a bug, they will reissue an app update.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're still having problems, go to the App Store and see if there is an update for it, and that should have the bug fixes in it.
Well, and hopefully if it's like, my phone's always auto updating all of my applications. So maybe, if that's the case too, it will be an auto update. But I'd say if you are experiencing that and you're still getting that drain, that's good advice, Robin, is to see if you can maybe just, take the app off your phone and get the new version from Google Play and see if that works out better for you. Sorry if you're having that issue. That's gotta stink.
Yeah, that's not fun.
But Facebook's awesome because they're very proactive. They want to make sure that their users are happy and that that everything's working the way that it should be working. So, okay, well, let's see. I've got a bit of news. Actually, I've got lots of bits of news. But for those of you who are YouTubers or do a lot of business on YouTube, if you do live streaming or if you upload your videos on a regular basis, there's good news. Woohoo! Always love the good news factor. And a long time coming as far as I'm concerned. We're hearing that now you can moderate comments.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. So moderating comments is available to you. And let's see, how do we get there? I've got my notes here. You go on your community settings page. And if you have, a team of people helping you out, they can also get in there and make those changes for you. And you can view your hidden users. You can block words, like if people are using profanity and, it's like you want to block those type of things. There's a lot of cool things that you can do there. But just go there by doing the community settings page, and you should be able to go ahead and fix anything that you're having issues with or people that you might be having issues with on comments in the YouTube arena.
So that is awesome because with YouTube, you don't have people, it's not like Facebook where you can decide who you want to see it and who you don't want to see it. So being able to keep those anonymous lurkers from being able to make comments that may not be helping or adding to the conversation, it's great. I mean, I'm a believer that it's great to have free debate and have differences of opinions, so that
Right.
I don't think somebody should take every negative comment off, but if it's something that is just downright nasty and is not adding value, then I think that's a great feature.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there's a lot of what they call trolls out there on any kind of, especially live streaming. You get a lot of trolly people who just think it's fun to go and try to mess up somebody's program. And not cool, by the way, not cool.
Not cool.
Not cool.
Not cool.
Because, you know, it's hard enough for us to get out there sometimes, as you can see, because it's episode 2 and we've had our challenges. But the thing is that, you know, people are really trying to put out some content and help the world in some shape or form. And if you're not digging what they have to say, then don't watch. You know, just go watch what you enjoy or what speaks to you. And it's like you were saying, Robin, you know, you can control. You don't want to micromanage everything, right? For us micromanagers out there. But the thing is profanity and ugly, you know, comments and things like that. It's not cool. It's not cool. So, anyway, let's talk about Facebook again, because, you know, we are on Facebook here today and we love Facebook, and Facebook is very innovative. Yeah. So let's talk about business to business advertising on Facebook. And maybe some things that we can talk about is search engines and how they find you. Oh, yeah, that's important. Yeah, because, you know, people come to us for SEO help, and SEO is super important. And these days, you know, you kind of have to have your hands in a few different things. I'm not saying you have to do it all, but you do have to kind of be out there on a social platform, you know, working your SEO, having a great website, blogging if it's relevant to your business. I know it doesn't work for every business. But when it comes to advertising, you definitely want to look at Facebook as an option, because, and I will tell you why, there's 4 reasons why we're going to go over today. So just the sheer factor that the size of Facebook and Facebook followers and the ability to connect with new Facebook people is the scalability of how, you know, how much larger Facebook is, let's say, compared to LinkedIn. So if you're looking to advertise on, you know, a platform, Facebook might be the route to go. Again, not every platform works for every business, but if it's something that you have been able to build your business on and you're driving traffic there, I'd say dip your toes in working on Facebook. For one, scalability. Okay, the other thing is that there's no barrier to entry. And what I mean by that is that you don't have to be a big business in order to play in the arena of advertising on Facebook, and that's super cool. So you don't have to have a very large budget, you know, to basically niche out your segment of the market. But what you do need to see is what other people are doing that are in your field, perhaps. See if they're doing any Facebook advertising and what type of advertising they're doing. And kind of do some A/B testing. You know, is video going to work better for you with advertising? Is it going to be better to have a, you know, just a still shot with, you know, the right words to target? And let me tell you, my friend here, Robin, is the word whisperer. I've given her that moniker now as of yesterday.
That's a huge compliment.
It's like, if you don't know what to write, go to Robin, because she will tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get your words out there the right way. But yeah, it's like, you know, content is important and relevant. Visually, it has to be appealing, and it also has to, you know, if you're putting a picture that's not related to your business, that doesn't always work too well. You know, it's like, it's got to be something that connects the dots, right? Right. So that was number 2. Number 3 is I love Facebook's custom audiences. And I don't know if you've ever advertised on Google or not. Robin, have you advertised on Google?
No, I don't think I have. You mean like AdWords?
Yeah, like AdWords.
Yeah, no, I have not.
Okay. Well, the thing is that with Google, let's compare Google and Facebook, and they're both relevant. And again, it depends on your business, but sometimes it can be very expensive for the average business owner to advertise on Google AdWords, especially like, let's say my particular arena with marketing. It can be very expensive for me to try to go on Google and advertise, if I were to go with the bigger words like marketing or SEO or things like that. I'd have to really niche it down.
Yeah.
But the cool thing with Facebook is that they have these custom audiences. So where you don't have, you can't get as into that ideal avatar as much as you can on Facebook versus Google.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's to have your dollars go right to the audience that is most going to be
absolutely
of what you have.
Absolutely. So it's, let's say your ideal client is, a female with a certain amount of education, with a certain income bracket, who likes dogs or cats, or let's say if you're in the business of wanting to sell a book, okay, you want to see people, and it's amazing, how they're able to get all this information, but they, their algorithms are always working. They know what people like. And if you're a reader, they're going to know that you're a reader. So you can be real specific in Facebook and just really hone down on that niche. And again, I'm a big believer of doing A/B testing. It's like if you're going to do, let's say, a still shot with the right words on top of it to get people to go, let's say, to an event or to a webinar, seminar, if you're doing a book launch, it's like, maybe do more than one and see where the traffic is coming from, which one is resonating more with your viewers, with the people who follow you on Facebook.
Yeah, and I am a huge proponent of, I tell clients all the time that when you are trying to define who your ideal client is, think of it as one person.
Yeah.
Think of what their name is, what their age is. Don't make it a demographic. Think of where they live. What kind of education do they have? What kind of income do they make? And if you can be that specific on Facebook, then you're actually reaching, it's like you're reaching the ready-made people that you've already kind of said that is your audience, and you don't have to weed out the ones that don't fit those categories.
Absolutely.
So I think it's really, really important to stop thinking in terms of that demographic, like the 45 to 55, because your ideal client is not an age range. It's a specific type of person. And I think that's great that Facebook is making it so much easier for businesses to be able to find their ideal client that way. So
yeah, it's like with the age range, it can be broad. If you do decide to go that route, it might be 40 to 60, or it might be 30 to 50. It can help, again, to narrow down, because you don't want your advertising dollars going to somebody who's 18 and not your ideal client.
Right.
So it's like, in that sense, it's helpful when it comes to advertising on Facebook, on the Facebook platform. So my fourth point was, another reason to advertise here on Facebook is the innovation. Okay, you will find that as Robin and I do the episode after episode, more than likely a lot of the topics that we talk about are going to be related to Facebook. And why? Because they've got the money, they're putting it back into the company, and they are constantly innovating and doing hot, great stuff, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Through the Be Live app, we're able to do the Facebook Live, and you could do it from, your cell phone. You could do it from your desktop through Be Live.
I'm on my cell phone now.
Yeah, Robin's on her cell. I'm on my desktop. So it's super cool, and it's just going to keep getting better. And speaking of that, being an innovator, There is something new too. I wanted to let you know. Facebook Live now offers just audio version of doing Facebook Live.
Really?
Yeah, it says that they know that sometimes publishers want to tell a story on Facebook with words and not with video. And let's granted, there's going to be people out there who'd rather go with the voice and not have you visually see them. They're
Right.
camera shy, or maybe they don't have great connectivity. And I can tell you that doing live streaming takes a lot of super juice.
Yeah.
So if your cell phone doesn't connect well with your video, or your computer doesn't have enough bandwidth, you're going to have issues. The quality's not going to be there. If you have it, great. If you're not camera shy, great. You can go this route. But now you can go the audio route as well. And let's see, they're saying that they're releasing it to more people at the beginning of this year. So if you don't see it yet, you will be seeing it. So it's going to be available to you as well. So that might excite some people out there.
So, is this going to be like podcasting?
Well, I mean, you could save it and create an MP3 out of it, and make it into like a podcast. So it's just like you could actually take our conversation. I'm sorry.
Could you interview somebody like you would on a podcast?
Yeah, because eventually, right now, it's still a one way, unless Be Live comes up with something that, but in reality, when we do Be Live, we could do it without cameras.
True.
We could turn the cameras off. So I don't know. That's a good question. Might have
That'd
to
be interesting to see what it did to the podcasting market.
Yeah. Well, it's it still goes on your Facebook page. It's still going to be downloadable so that you could share it. But I would say that, if you're on iTunes, for instance, then you're going to have to upload that into iTunes somehow, just like you would anything else that wouldn't happen, live on iTunes. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people take that and kind of mold it and make it, their own thing.
Yeah.
Do you think you would ever use that? I like the visual aspect. I mean, I can't wait until we can start bringing people in and talking to them.
I do too. I like the visual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's also that time when you're kind of feeling like, oh, my hair looks bad and
yeah,
I'm not in the right place, and it'd be easier to not have to do it on camera. But I think the whole purpose of the Facebook Live concept is being able to kind of like be wherever you are and be able to connect with people. So I think that kind of thing is great for conferences and events where you might want to interview somebody or take, say what the key takeaways, from the event were, and being able to report back to your audience immediately is a great feature.
Well,
so whether it was by camera or audio, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, but that's a sketchy area there, Robin, because Facebook says on it, like if you do a Facebook Live and let's say that you're watching someone presenting, you can have yourself in front and maybe just kind of give like a highlight reel, but you're really not supposed to be recording because it gets into all these, issues of do you have the right to do that? If it's you and you're presenting, obviously that's different, if you're the presenter, but just to keep in mind that, there's still going to be a lot of, I'm sure, legal battlegrounds and stuff like that. So just know that, Facebook does not want you to take the rights of others music-wise, or, performance-wise and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I will give you an example. We were at a baseball game. I wanted to do a Facebook Live at a baseball game, and we were sitting so close to the screen and everything, and you know, because I wasn't maybe on the screen, I was pointing at the screen. Facebook wouldn't let me do it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it just said that they I guess there was some music in the background and all. They like, we recognize this as something, you know, that's licensed music.
Wow.
So I wonder how many other people are experiencing maybe some of those things. I mean, I still have some glitchy moments when I try to do a Facebook Live when I'm out and about, just trying to get the connectivity. And like, we went to a street fair, and I had to share to share any of it, I had to actually video record and then share it on Facebook. I couldn't do a live stream because it would not connect me. I tried at different areas of it, and the connectivity wasn't strong enough. It says you're not, you know, you're not getting the juice that you need. So again, you know, I guess that helps people who maybe live in an area that their cell service isn't that great. If they're trying to connect, they could just do audio versus trying to do live streaming, because it just doesn't take that much juice to do it that way versus doing the video recording.
Yeah, well, it's good to have that option.
Yeah. Well, we got to keep the ball rolling because we don't want to keep you here forever today. But the last thing, again, it's Facebook. It's a Facebook hot topic. Is they're automating video captioning. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. And basically what that means is, like, right now, if there are ways to get captioning into your videos, but it doesn't automatically happen. So if you were to do, let's see, put up a Facebook recording and you wanted it to say what you were talking about below, it's not automatic. You actually have to, there's software that's involved with that you have to upload in order to make that work. But they're telling me that over the past few months, Facebook has been gradually rolling out access to this feature, which is super cool.
That is super cool.
And it's for Facebook pages. So it says this free tool is powered entirely by voice recognition software, and the video captions are automatically generated. So this is really great because sometimes, you know, I feel myself doing this too. I don't know about you, Robin, but sometimes I'll just see a video on Facebook and I'll just see what it says versus listening to it. Yeah. If it has the captioning there, to see if I even want to watch it.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's kind of like a preview that you can see. Or maybe I'm in a place where, let's say I'm in the doctor's office, you know, waiting for the appointment. I don't have my earbuds on, but I want to see what this video is. I can still watch the video, but I can't necessarily do the audio because I don't want to disturb the people that are around me. So what I'll do is that I'll just watch the words, you know, across the screen. So that could be very cool.
That could be very cool. So it's kind of like closed captioning on TV.
Yeah, it sounds like it to me. So it says that the video captions are automatically generated. However, page admins have the option to review snippet by snippet and manually enter corrections. You know, voice recognition isn't perfect. We all know that. Before saving the captions to the video.
That would be good. So that way you could correct any typos or weird spellings.
Yeah, and it says this tool is currently only available in the United States. Sorry to anybody out there that's not US based. And it has to be written in English.
Okay.
So those are the limitations at the moment. But again, Facebook's the innovator, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure they'll figure this out and roll it out to other countries.
Social media. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed our rambling of tidbits and tips that we had today for you. Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling on, but anyway, it's always fun to share this information with other people, because the thing that I see, Robin, is that so many people are overwhelmed with social media. and they don't know the latest, greatest news. And so it's like sometimes even people who, are professionals. I was just talking to my SEO company the other day, and I told them about something new with Facebook ads. And they were like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And I was like, "Yeah, it's the latest thing. It just came out this week." So it's like we hope that we're keeping you.
We're providing snack size bites of information that you can implement in your day and implement in your business, and it doesn't take a lot of time or learning. And if you need more information, you can always reach us on our social media sites, and we'll be happy to talk you through it.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like, we'll have this video out there. So if you have any questions, and like Robin said, like us on Facebook. There's a way to stay connected to each of us. You have to, you have that option in your Facebook to get notified, like when we go and do Facebook Live. So be sure to do that if you're finding that this is going to be relevant for you and your business. So,
please like us.
Yeah. And you know what? The other thing is that if you can walk away with just learning one new thing from us, we're happy about that. We feel like we've done our jobs, and we're still working on our perfect time when to do these shows, and also day of the week, because just like you guys, we're busy in our businesses, so we can't always commit yet to that right perfect space. But we're working on it, and we hope that if you can't catch us live, that you'll watch the replay. All right. Well, that's it for me. Thank you so much, Robin, for being with me as always. And
you're a good sidekick.
Yeah, it's just that we've got to work on our audio. My video, I look like Casper today, so we've got to make sure that we get that right next time too. I'm not sure how it's going to come out on the recording, but I'm like, what the heck is going on with my video today? But anyway.
You can't see it, but Santa brought me a brand new lighting kit and a tripod. So I'm glowing because of my my professional lighting background. So
yeah, and I have my professional kit up, and I'm doing everything. I think I need to go back and work on my camera a little bit. I think it's flushing me out too much, but anyway, we will be here next week. We'll put it up on Facebook when we're going to present again, and keep you up on what's going on.
Absolutely. And if you have any ideas or topics or questions that you would like more information on, feel free to just shoot us an email or a Facebook post, because we would love to be able to share information with you that is what you want to know. So don't hesitate to reach out to either of us, and we'll be happy to include it in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, and if we don't hear from you, we're going to pick the topics. So hopefully they're relevant to your business and what you like to hear about. And of course, we again want to keep you up on the trends and what's going on so that you can be more effective in your business. So we're going to sign off for now, but thank you for joining us, whether it was live or on the replay, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.